Imagine waking up on April 13th, looking at your phone, and suddenly realizing your physical energy, your love life, and your deepest spiritual beliefs are all just colliding on the exact same afternoon.
Yeah, that is a lot to handle all at once.
Right. I mean, you might feel totally lost, or you might feel like you just found the secret key to the universe. So, welcome back to Horoscope TV. Today, we are not looking at vague guesses or, rumors.
Definitely not. We're looking at the exact map of the sky.
Exactly. And today, our mission is to really look closely and analyze the April 2026 astrological charts for anyone born under the sign of Pisces.
And that is the only real way to do it, honestly. When we look at the sky, we basically see a giant clock.
Oh, I like that. Like the planets are the hands of the clock.
Yeah, exactly. They move at different speeds, and when they line up in certain ways, they create specific types of pressure or, specific types of ease down here on Earth.
Right. And just to set our ground rules for you sitting at home right now or maybe driving your car, everything we discussed today comes straight from those astro charts.
Straight from the actual positions of the planets.
Yeah, where they physically sit in the sky, how they line up, and what that actually means for your daily life. And for Pisces this month, the overall mood is really striking.
It really is. It is a month of wonderful good news and just pure hope.
I was looking at it, and it feels like waking up, throwing open the curtains, and feeling that warm sunlight hit your face after a really long, cold winter. Like anything is possible.
That is the perfect way to describe it because, Pisces is a water sign, and water takes the shape of whatever container you put it in.
So they basically absorb all the moods and energy around them.
Exactly. They soak up the heavy stuff. But this month, the charts show a totally different energy. It is a time for deep spiritual growth. The heavy clouds are finally breaking apart.
Well, let us get right to the starting line then. Section 1 of the charts focuses on the big picture. We are looking at a giant wave of hope and breaking some bad habits.
Yes, the first major shift happens right away on April 3.
Okay, marking my calendar for the 3rd. What happens?
Good news arrives. We see the planet Mercury forming a highly positive trine with the planet Jupiter.
Okay, wait, I want to pause right there, just to make sure you totally understand how this works, because we hear the word trine a lot.
We do. It is a big deal in the charts.
Right, so if we look at a circle, a trine means two planets are exactly 120 degrees apart. They form a perfect triangle in the sky.
Yes, that is exactly the geometry.
And to me, a triangle is the most stable shape you can build. Does that mean the energy between these two planets is just flowing perfectly smoothly?
You have the right picture in your head, for sure. A trine is like a slide at a playground.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, once you sit down at the top, gravity just does the rest of the work. You do not have to push it off.
The energy just flows.
Right. So on April 3, we have Mercury, which rules how we talk and the messages we receive. And it is flowing perfectly smoothly with Jupiter.
And Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system. So in the charts, it acts like a giant magnifying glass, right?
Exactly. Whatever it touches, it just makes it bigger. It is the planet of luck and growth.
Plus, Jupiter is actually one of the ruling planets for Pisces.
Yes, and that is the key connection here. Because Jupiter is their ruling planet, this is not just some random lucky day. It is highly personal.
So what does that actually look like in plain English?
It means getting joyful messages from friends. It means your mind is going to open up to exciting new adventures.
So if Mercury rules the messages we get, does this mean a Pisces should be, actively checking their phone on April 3? Are they waiting for a specific text?
Well, it is more of a loop that feeds itself. You might get a very simple text from an old friend.
Like just a funny picture or something?
Yeah, or an invite to grab a cup of coffee. That is the outside message. But because Jupiter is making everything bigger, your inside reaction is totally different.
Oh, because normally a tired Pisces might just look at that text and think, I have too many dishes to wash, I cannot go out.
Exactly. But on April 3, that simple text sparks a giant wave of joy. You suddenly see that coffee date as a huge adventure.
You just feel hopeful on the inside.
Right. You say yes. And that inside joy makes you want to reach out to even more people.
I can actually picture that exact moment. You look at the phone and instead of feeling heavy, you just feel light. But that light energy takes a pretty sharp turn just a few days later. Right. Let us look at April 8.
Yeah, April 8 brings a totally different flavor. On this day, Mars forms a sextile with Uranus.
Okay, let us break that math down. We said a trine is 120 degrees, like a slide. A sextile is exactly 60 degrees apart.
Yes, it is a slightly different angle.
I always think of a sextile like a stepping stone across a small river. Like the
Uh-huh.
stone is there, but you still have to decide to lift your foot and take the step.
That is a very accurate way to view it. It is an opportunity, but it requires action. And look at the planets involved. Mars is the gas pedal.
Right, our pure drive to do things.
Exactly. And Uranus is the planet of sudden, shocking changes. It is like a lightning bolt.
So Uranus does not really care about your normal routine.
Not at all. Uranus wants to completely break the rules.
So if you put the gas pedal together with the lightning bolt and offer a stepping stone, that sounds like a day where you're going to completely break out of your boring
You
habits.
will not just break out of them, you will actually find it totally thrilling.
Wow.
Yeah, because Pisces people can sometimes get trapped in routines because it just feels safe.
Right, they absorb so much emotion, they just want quiet mornings, eating the exact same toast.
Exactly, walking the exact same path to the train. But on April 8th, that safe shell just feels way too tight.
It feels suffocating.
Yes, you will wake up and realize you do not want the same toast. You want to try that weird new bakery down the street.
It is like finally taking a totally new way to work after driving the exact same boring road for 5 years.
Yes, and taking that new road is actually vital preparation for what happens next. The universe is literally shaking you awake on April 8th.
Because the middle of the month gets really deep, right?
Very deep, and you need to be fully awake to handle it.
Okay, so let us jump into that deep middle part. I am looking at April 13, and wow, this looks like the most important day of the entire month.
It absolutely is the anchor of the month. On April 13, the moon physically enters the sign of Pisces in the sky.
And whenever the moon enters your own sign, your deepest inside world just swings wide open.
Exactly. The moon rules our private feelings. So when it sits in your sign, your own emotional needs take center stage.
But that is only half the story for April 13, right?
Right. While the moon is doing that, Mars meets Neptune. They sit at the exact same degree in the sky.
Two planets trying to sit in the exact same chair. So the gas pedal, Mars, is sitting with Neptune, the planet of dreams and the magical unseen world.
And Neptune is Pisces' other ruling planet. So there is a huge drive to chase spiritual dreams today.
Okay, but I am going to push back on this a little bit.
Sure, go ahead.
Because a Pisces already spends half their life living in a dream world. If you put a massive engine behind that, how do you make sure you do not completely lose touch with the real physical world?
That is a very genuine risk. If you just sit on the couch and try to absorb all that magic, you will get totally lost in the fog.
So how do you stay grounded? You still have to buy groceries, you know?
The secret is the Mars energy. Mars is physical. You cannot just think about deep compassion. You have to physically do it.
Oh, so you use your physical hands to ground the energy?
Yes, you go volunteer at an animal shelter. You bake a loaf of bread and hand it to your neighbor. Taking physical action brings the magic down to the real world.
Okay, ground the magic in the dirt. I really love that. And once they get past that intense peak, things soften up at the end of the month, right? Look at April 17th.
Yes, April 17 brings a phase of poetic peace. Mercury meets Neptune.
The planet of words meets the planet of dreams.
Your thoughts become very dreamy. You will not want to talk about the news. You will want to talk about the soul. It is perfect for journaling or making art.
And then April 26th just adds to that calm. Venus sextiles Neptune.
Yes, love and beauty offering a stepping stone to your dreams. You will experience absolute emotional peace. You will end the month feeling deeply loved by the universe.
That is a beautiful big picture, but, feeling so deeply connected to the spiritual world can be physically tiring.
It is incredibly exhausting.
Right. Being an emotional sponge just drains you, which leads us right into section 2, finding quiet and protecting your body and mind.
Yes, the mind and the body share the exact same battery.
So when does the body start asking for a break in the charts?
We see the first clear signal on April 10th. The moon enters Aquarius.
And Aquarius is very different from Pisces. It is very detached, right?
Highly detached. So as a Pisces, you will suddenly feel this huge urge to run away from loud crowds.
So if they are at a busy office on April 10, the noise might actually feel like physical pain.
It will. You will crave complete mental quiet. Hiding in your car during lunch is actually the smartest thing you could do.
Claiming that mental space makes a lot of sense. But what about the physical body? Because just 3 days later, on April 13, we have that massive Mars and Neptune meeting again.
Right, and looking at that through the lens of physical health is crucial. Neptune dissolves things, so your body becomes very sensitive and loses its hard outer shell.
Wait, really? So the mind is screaming to go do spiritual things, but the body's just totally wiped out.
Exactly. You will get tired very easily. I
Hmm.
strongly warn against pushing too hard on this day.
So no heavy lifting at the gym.
None. Stick to slow yoga on the living room floor or simply get some peaceful sleep. You have to rest the physical container.
Risk the container. I like that. And it pays off because on April 16th, a huge wave of healing energy arrives.
Yes, the sun meets Chiron. The giant spotlight of the sun shines directly on Chiron, the wounded healer.
So we are talking about releasing old, painful physical wounds, right? Like a bad knee.
Exactly. You might find a stretch that finally fixes a tight shoulder.
But wait, does releasing an old physical wound also mean letting go of the emotional memory attached to it? Like if you hurt your knee during a bad breakup?
Absolutely. For a water sign, you cannot separate the two. Releasing the physical ache releases the old fear trapped inside it.
That is amazing. And then the energy flips completely on April 23 and 24. The moon enters Leo.
Yes, Leo is fire. It is all about play and bright colors.
So no more hiding in the quiet car.
No, you will want your daily wellness to be fun. And on April 24th, the first quarter moon in Leo gives you a massive burst of motivation to take charge of your fitness.
It is like switching from a boring gym workout to a fun dance class where you do not even realize you are exercising.
Exactly. Movement is pure joy. And on that same day, Venus meets Uranus, sparking a sudden urge to completely change your daily eating habits.
It's like deciding to only drink green juices out of nowhere.
Yes, and you should totally trust that urge. And then finally, on April 26th, Venus sextiles Neptune again.
The perfect day for a spa day.
The absolute perfect day. Book a massage, do a meditation, and just feel completely restored.
Okay, so the body is rested and healed. And you were explaining earlier that when your body is rested, your heart is finally ready to open up to deep love.
That is exactly the flow. You cannot let deep love in if you are exhausted.
Which brings us to section 3, opening the heart, fateful love, and honest talks. And the charts start with a very sweet connection right on April 5.
Yes, on April 5, Venus forms a sextile with the North Node.
Now, the North Node acts like a compass pointing toward our destiny, right?
It does. It shows where we're supposed to go.
So a fateful, highly positive romantic connection could enter your life. This is about meeting someone amazing who completely understands your quiet soul.
Yes, and they will use sweet, gentle words that will feel very arranged by the universe.
But then we hit April 13 again. The moon in Pisces, Mars meeting Neptune. Total emotional honesty.
You will wear your heart entirely on your sleeve today. You will want to completely merge your gentle spirit with a partner.
Wearing your heart on your sleeve sounds beautiful, but honestly, isn't that also really risky for a gentle Pisces? How do they stay safe?
It is risky, but the Mars and Neptune connection creates a highly passionate, deeply mystical bond.
So the connection itself is a shield.
Exactly. You stay safe by trusting that profound magnetic pull.
And talking about those feelings gets even easier on April 17 when Mercury meets Neptune.
Yes, conversations become incredibly poetic. You can share your hidden dreams without fear of being judged.
Because the Neptune energy softens everything.
Right. It builds a much stronger foundation of trust. And then April 26 adds absolute magic when Venus sextiles Neptune. You feel incredibly generous.
Leaving little sweet notes on the mirror.
Exactly. And on April 28th, the moon enters Libra, shifting the entire focus to deep, intimate bonding and complete emotional trust. You end the month feeling truly happy and safe.
Wow. But since we are talking about sharing hidden dreams and building trust, the astro charts give very clear advice on who Pisces should be talking to this month, right?
Absolutely do.
Which leads us into section 4. Who to hold close and who to avoid. Compatibility.
Yes, because your energy is so sensitive right now, you need the right people around you. And your best match this month is Virgo.
Virgo. Okay, Pisces is a dreamy water sign, and Virgo is a practical, organized earth sign. Why is that the perfect match right now?
Because Pisces life is very dreamy this month. You are floating high up in the sky. Virgo offers exact practical help and clear organization.
Think of Virgo as the string to your floating balloon. They keep you tied to the earth while you explore the sky.
That is exactly it. Like on April 8th when things are chaotic, Virgo helps figure things out calmly.
And on April 13th, the big spiritual day,
Virgo will listen to your psychic insights with respect and provide a safe, grounded space.
and on April 17th, while conversations are poetic, Virgo handles the boring daily chores so Pisces can focus on art.
They manage the physical world so you can explore the dream world safely.
But if Virgo is the best, who is the worst? Who should they avoid?
You must heavily protect your energy from Sagittarius this month
A fire sign. Why are they a warning sign?
because they are loud, blunt, and careless. They will speak before they think and trample all over your highly sensitive feelings.
Oh, that sounds rough. What dates are the worst for this?
Mark, April 15th. Mercury enters Aries, making Sagittarius's communication even more aggressive and harsh. It will make you want to cry and hide.
Yikes. And the other date?
April 26th. Mercury squares Jupiter. This makes him act arrogant, overly confident, and totally dismissive of your feelings.
Okay, so if a Pisces works with a Sagittarius or has one in their family, what is the best way to protect their gentle heart from that restless running for the door energy? You cannot just delete them.
Emotional distance is your only shield. Keep your conversations brief, light, and totally factual. Build a tall wall.
So keep it factual. And the host transitions by noting that the practical, organized energy Virgo brings is exactly what Pisces will need to tackle their big career goals this month.
Yes, this transition to the professional world is very sharp.
So let us jump into section 5. Bold moves and big ideas at work. On April 5, the moon enters Sagittarius. Wait, we just said Sagittarius energy is bad.
It is bad in other people. But when it is inside your own chart, it shifts your emotional focus directly towards your ultimate career goals.
So you get fierce determination to build a truly powerful professional legacy.
Exactly. And on April 8th, Mars sextiles Uranus. Sudden, innovative solutions to workplace problems appear.
This isn't about working harder. It's about looking at the puzzle upside down and seeing the answer instantly.
And you will easily impress your boss with that, which sets up the mid-month power moves perfectly.
Yes, April 17, the new moon in Aries.
It offers a perfect clean slate to launch a new business venture or ask for a major promotion. Your fearless ambition earns deep respect.
And then April 20, Mercury meets Mars. This gives massive energy and bold courage to conquer difficult tasks.
You will speak your mind clearly and completely demand the respect you deserve.
But Pisces is usually known for being so gentle. Will speaking up and demanding respect shock the coworkers?
It will definitely shock them. But that shock is necessary to establish new boundaries.
Good. Let them be shocked. And the month ends with changing the workspace, right? April 24, the first quarter moon in Leo.
Yes, bringing bright, positive energy to organize the workspace and boost daily efficiency.
And April 26, Uranus enters Gemini.
Bringing a sudden urge to completely change a home office setup or start working remotely. You must trust these sudden, brilliant ideas.
Trust the ideas. And asking for a promotion naturally leads to looking closely at the money, which is section 6. Fierce negotiations and planting seeds.
The financial charts require a very bold approach this month.
April 1st starts strong. The sun trines Lilith.
Giving you total courage to fiercely negotiate a better salary and not let anyone undervalue your hard work.
And April 9, Mars enters Aries. Deep motivation to chase a totally new financial opportunity.
You will want to totally transform your bank account.
But then we shift to smart, practical choices. April 15, the moon enters Aries, shifting focus to personal wealth.
And April 17th, the new moon in Aries gives the perfect chance to set massive new financial goals and plant seeds for a brand new income stream.
Small actions today for massive security tomorrow. But then we want safety, right? April 20, the sun enters Taurus.
The focus shifts to highly reliable income. Safe investments are preferred over risky gambles.
And we really need that safety on April 25 because the sun squares Pluto. This is a big warning sign.
Yes, you must remain very calm to completely avoid getting into a nasty power struggle over a hidden heavy debt.
So when a hidden debt or power struggle pops up, what is the smartest way to handle cash wisely without losing that calm Pisces peace?
Take the emotion entirely out of it. Handle it like cold math. Make a clear plan and refuse to fight.
Take the emotion out? I love that. Well, let us shift away from heavy debt and talk about Section 7, the lucky extras.
Yes, the lighter elements of the astro data.
First, the color of the week is seafoam. The exact color code is #20B2AA.
Wearing or decorating with this color matches the peaceful, healing energy of the month.
And the lucky numbers are 7, 12, 25, 34, 43, 54.
Tiny winks from the universe that you are supported.
And do not forget your best dates. Circle April 13 and April 17.
Right, April 13 for high spiritual energy and intuition, and April 17 for new financial seeds and poetic conversations.
Well, we have covered so much today, and I want to leave you, the listener, with a final provocative thought to think about on your own. This month asks you to be fiercely brave at work, but totally soft and open in love. How do you plan to switch between the armor you wear to demand a better salary and the open heart you need to merge spirits with someone special?
That is the ultimate balance to find.
Definitely. Thank you so much for listening to the episode on Horoscope TV today.
Yes, thank you for analyzing the charts with us.
And please make sure you subscribe to the show so you can get notified the moment the next episode is available. See you next time.